Hi guys, in this video I'm going to quickly walk you through a Salesforce feature that Remsuite really onboarded and made our own in the guidance to success. So without further ado, I'm going to jump in and create a property listing and show you what I'm talking about. So I'm just going to create a brand new property listing here for sale. I'm going to use a property 17 High Street that I've just created for sale. I'm picking office and I'm going to pick a stage, and that's all the information of everything that I'm going to fill in for now. So we've got a property listing record page. This is where we do the bulk of our work in getting the property listing sold. So I'll just bring your attention to this bar across the top. This is the sales path. Each tab represents a stage of the property listing. So for example, we've got sales request, appraisal, formal inspection, agency agreement, section 32, media appointment, media approved, property listed, under offer, unconditional, settlement, sold, and finally archived. That was a mouthful, but got there in the end. And it's slightly different if we decided to put a property up for lease. If we wanted to rent a property, the fields, the stages would be slightly different. So I'm just going to drop this little checkbox down, show more. So we've got key fields here. These are the fields that we've picked as being the most important for the specific stage that we're on. So sales request, we've got the property name, property address, the key number, vendor, and the selling agent. And the guidance to success is a cool little feature. It lets you put little snippets of information up at the top here. Maybe a good use of it would be for onboarding staff. If you've got new agents coming on board that have never used Salesforce, never used Remsuite before, and you wanted to give them a helpful little guide to say, okay, we're gonna at this stage we're gonna upload this document. At that stage, we're gonna fill in this field. At that stage, we're gonna do this. Just helpful little tips and pointers. So, of course, yeah, this is completely customizable. You can even add pictures down there if you wanted to, which is really cool. Same goes with the key fields. We've just packaged up the fields that we thought that were most important at the sales request appraisal stage. Look here, we're on the appraisal stage. We've got the appraisal date. But if you wanted to change these around, you can do, no problem. So I'm just gonna, as quick as possible, I'm gonna walk you through cradle to grave, um, sales request to sold, following the guidance for success. So, okay, pick your selling agent. So I'm going to pick my selling agent, which will be me. You can see at the top here, I'll get a little notification saying I am the selling agent. Pick the vendor, I'm going to pick Edna. Cool. Are you happy? Yep. Mark the next stage. And a good thing is, each time we move stage, it can trigger an automation in the background. Say you wanted to send out a text or an email, or something you want. It's a good point, a reference point to send out a trigger to do something in the background. So if you wanted to say send a text to the vendor to say, okay, your property has moved from sales request to appraisal, that's completely doable. You can trigger a whole number of processes of just a simple click of the button there. So okay, next steps: confirm the appraisal date with the vendor. Just got off the phone with Edna. She is free on Thursday at 12. And for example, here we created the appraisal date, and it's gone and created a appraisal event with our vendor Edna down here, and you can set up automations to maybe send you a text reminder of the morning, or a email, or even just a notification up here to say when you log in the morning, maybe you've got 5 or 6 tasks and events that day that you need to get going to. Was the appraisal accepted? So we're going to sell this for $570,000. And the appraisal was accepted, yes. If we chose no there, then I'm not logged in as an admin on this particular organization, but we would see it go from the appraisal stage right down to archived, and we could pick a reason why the appraisal failed, and then we wouldn't be able to edit the record until a admin um, changed the appraisal acceptance to yes. So just be careful. Make sure you pick yes and not no, or else you'll have to get an admin to unlock it for you. Anyway, we're going to mark that stage as complete. Any special conditions? No, no. Once you're happy, yep, I'm happy. Agency agreement. Now I'm just going to leave this one blank for a sec, just to show you some of the validation rules that we've got built into the system that you can switch on and off, and you can also configure your own. Either get in touch with us, or they're not too difficult to set up yourself. If, say, for example, you always wanted someone fill in the special conditions before moving to agency agreement, you could make it so that they couldn't move on with the listing unless they filled out that field, for example. Okay, cool. So just for purpose of a test, I'm just going to show you what happens when I leave that one blank. Section 32. Have you uploaded the section 32? I'm gonna actually I'll go in here and I'll see have I got anything called section 32. Oh yeah, I've got a section 32 down here that I'm gonna upload, and I can I'll just mark it as other and publish. So once you're happy with all the details, yep, I'm happy. Mark that stage is complete. Okay, so we're on the media appointment stage. Now here, I'm going to pick just a standard package that comes with Remsuite. One of these pick list values. You could add your own pick list value here. Say if you had an amount that 99% of the time customers are going to pick that amount as the price for your media services. You could add, say, like $3,000 or $2,500 down here, no problem. Or if it was like a standalone budget, a one-off budget, you could pick just a random figure. So let's go with that. Let's choose. This one's going to be a bit of a special one. They're going to get some extra, I don't know, video or walkthrough or something, so they're paying a little bit more. And again, pick a date for the media appointment. So let's say Saturday at 12. It's going to generate another event down here at the bottom in our task list. So the marketing budget, confirm date with the vendor until mark is complete. I'm happy with that. Oh, here we go. You encounter some errors. Please make sure they're received. So we're not going to be able to move any further until we've checked that the authority to sell is uploaded. So just for purpose sake, I'm going to upload something that looks like an authority to sell, and I'm going to mark that as the authority to sell. So now, hand on heart, I can tick this checkbox and say that the authority to sell was uploaded. Cool. So now we can move on to the next stage. Media approved. So I'm going to write a little property description here. Great house. Great location. Super. Great description. Well worth it for $2,500. Is the vendor happy with the photos? So for photos, we'd go into here. We'd upload any photos that we've got of the property. So I'll just upload one real quick. And here, I assume that most agencies would give them a preview link or a listing link to show the vendor what it would look like before it goes live onto one of your onto like a domain or a realestate.com. So down here we've got a listing preview link which takes us to the portal. Before it's live, we can actually see inside the record detail and what it would look like before it would go live. So we've got our pictures, we've got our price, we've got our street address, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, the property description, if we've got a statement of information, and the map where the property is located. Cool. So once you're happy that details mod stage are complete, yep. I just heard back from Edna. She's happy. She loves the photos, loves the description. We're going to move on to the next stage. Cool. So before making it active, I'm just going to check over the price. So 570, that's what we agreed on. Agency split, best add that before we sell it, or else no one's getting paid. Offers and details, that comes later. So if you've noticed, we've got all our property particulars down here, and we're slowly starting to fill them out, but we haven't actually had to go down and look. That's because we've got the key fields at the right stage of each of the of each of these tabs. We've got the right fields up here. So obviously you can change these around. Say if you wanted more fields, less fields. If it's a bit too cluttered, you can get rid of some fields. But if you place the fields in the right place, you won't spend too much time looking for information to fill out down there, because it'll all be up at the top, ready to go. Okay, let me just read through this. Actually, all the happy. Yep, perfect. So I'm going to say active. So then it's live on the customer portal. I'm just going to make sure we've got a awesome, cool. So if I go on to the site real quick, we can see on the property finder and the agent, and we can see our house there is for sale. Cool. So I've just got off the phone with Tom. Tom's willing to put an offer of $550,000. So I'm just going to write this down. Tom has offered. Edna, let's get a name right. Perfect. So here we've received an offer, so I'm going to move it to under offer, and just if I go back into the property finder, like most sites, they'll give you an under offer little sticker on there to say it's currently under offer, which is cool. So we're at the under offer stage. So what I'm going to do now is contact the vendor with the offer. If I've got 360 SMS, maybe I could send her out a text, or maybe I just want to send her out an old-fashioned phone call. And I am gonna put Tom in the contact as the purchaser. So that's cool. So getting off the phone with Edna, she's happy to proceed with that. She's happy with 550,000. Good deal, and we're going to move the stage to unconditional. So then, as we can see, we can fill out some more details. The sold for price, which would be $550,000. Subject to, we can pick a date. If we've got contact details for the solicitors, and again, we're not having to go down to the bottom, find it, go back up to the top, mark the stage complete. It's all up here in a handy place, so we're not having to navigate around too much. I'm going to mark that stage as complete. Settlement date, which will be down there. Deposit amount, which will be $55,000. Date to be paid by, let's say, tomorrow. Any extra costs, any more notes about the purchaser's bank or finance details, we can add that in there. And if you can see, we're nearly at the end of this. We've nearly put on all the information that we need with a property listing. We haven't had to go down here barely once, and we've got all the information. So if we've gone past the settlement date, we're now at sold. Congratulations, the property's been sold. Sale date is today. And that's it. We can archive it. And if we leave it, if no one edits it and it's sold for 30 days or no 60 days or more, then it'll automatically move into archive to save it from being included in any future reports or anything like that. So we know that the property listing's been done. So I hope that wasn't too long and boring. But yeah, that's how our guidance to success and our paint by numbers, follow the bouncing ball is here to help with the property listing journey. Cheers.